Take one. So we're gonna try to record this with the baby. He's kind of acting a fool. But all right, y'all, what's up? It's your girl Destiny. He's starting. It's your girl Destiny, and we're gonna be talking about these little body oils and stretch marks. Cause I'm actually pissed because if I had just listened to my mama, I would not have any stretch marks. All right, so first up, we're gonna start with the Palmer's Cocoa Body Formula. Now, ironically, I bought this for myself before I even knew I was pregnant. I must have knew what was happening because I went into Target one day, got this, boom, used it pretty much for all throughout my pregnancy. I think I stopped using this around 33 weeks. And the only reason why I stopped was because I kept seeing ads about this True Belly Serum. And people were saying like they had 0 stretch marks, all was well that ends well. So by this point, I must have been 33 weeks pregnant, no stretch marks in sight. But I was like, well, let me try something different, I guess. I don't know what 33-week pregnant Destiny was thinking, but I know she was thinking, let me try something new. So I tried this next. And once I realized that this may not have been the best fit for me, I then switched over to the Bio Oil skincare because I read that this could also help stretch marks that may have appeared disappear. So I was like, okay, bet. Since something changed between weeks like 32, 33, and weeks 40 and postpartum, week 8 postpartum, to where I said, okay, I need something that'll actually help the stretch marks disappear. So let's go through them one by one. Again, I use this from weeks negative 10, I guess, in pregnancy, before I even knew I was pregnant, all the way until maybe week 32, 33 pregnancy. And one of the reasons why I stopped using this as well was because around week 32 or 33, I had my baby shower and it was out of town, my hometown, Cincinnati, 513, where the girlies at. Okay, I had my baby shower there and I guess I must have left this home. So in my mind, I kept thinking, oh, that's fine. We'll just stop at Ulta or we'll just stop at TJ Maxx and Target somewhere and pick up another bottle. I never made it to pick up another bottle. So I just stopped using this. And I was like, well, since I had stayed in Cincinnati for a little bit of time, I was like, let me just order this. And even when I got back to Charlotte, for whatever reason, I never picked this back up. As you see, there's still some in there, but I used the most out of this because, again, I used it all throughout my pregnancy. I just never picked it back up. I don't know why. It worked great. I will say, I wish I applied this more consistently, and I think I would literally have 0 stretch marks. If I only listened to my mom, she told me, she was like, apply oil to your belly every day. But in my naive mind, I was like, why? I don't have stretch marks. If I don't have them, why am I putting on oil every day? I just didn't prioritize it. And I wish that I did. I didn't. Sorry, Mom. Thank you for knowing everything. So I would say that this one, really, I would say it's somewhere between, like, I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm going to give this girl a 10 out of 10 because she was working well. No notes. It's not super greasy. But I will say when I was applying this, I did feel like I had to put it on like multiple times out the day because it would stay, I guess, oiled up for like 1 to 2 hours. And then my skin would just feel super dry again. And around this time, it was the winter. So my skin was just drying out quickly. I would love to see how this performs in the summer. I would assume that it will perform well, but you will have to apply this a few times, like maybe at least twice, at least in the morning and at least at night. But I will give this like anywhere from an 8 to a 10 out of 10. Very, very good. Muy bueno. Second on the list, and I'm just doing this in an order in which I tried them. Second on the list is the True Belly Serum. Little Miss Instagram star. She was supposed to be all that in a bag of chips, and I'm just not sure if she was. I actually didn't even start to see stretch marks until I really put this on. Now, I am not saying that this caused me to have stretch marks because that just would not be true. But I will say that this did nothing for them. It was supposed to. It ain't do nothing for the girls. that pissed me off because I really wanted to brag and be like, yeah, I'm God's favorite, ain't got no stretch marks. So this, I would give it like a 3 to 4 out of 10. And that rating is really coming from their customer service. They kept their word. And because I told them that it didn't work for me, they sent me the money back, which I was very thankful for. I didn't even use 1/4 of it. Like, it stops right at the top of this sticker. I didn't even use 1/4, not even 1/5. Like, well, maybe 1/5 I used. And I will also say it has hyaluronic acid in it. And that, to me, the feel of it, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I can't even describe it. I want to say maybe it felt like a little sticky, like some type of bodily fluid. Not that girl. What else can I say about this one? Oh, it's not layerable. Like, if you put this on, well, when I put this on, and I will only do like 1 to 2 drops, that was it. I couldn't put nothing else on top of it. Otherwise, it will start to like leave a residue, if you will. So 3 to 4 out of 10. No bueno. Not that girl. Hey, baby. Now be good so mommy can finish our video. This was the last one that I tried, the Bio Oil Skincare. And again, by this point, okay. By this point, I was in like week, you know, I actually have my little earpiece set. I just didn't, I don't know why I didn't put it on. I actually have it sitting right here. I couldn't plug it into my phone in time and I need to charge it. So that's why you can hear my son pooping. After I discovered that I had stretch marks around like week 34, yeah, around week 34 is when they started to become prominent. Like between weeks 23 and 34, or 33 and 34, I said, okay, let me try something that the people are like, that's the one. So went to Ulta, got this, and okay. I think that she came too late in the game. I feel like if I had been using this from day 1 till now, I really don't think I would have any stretch marks. I don't know why, but that's just what my intuition is telling me. Now, there are some days where I'll use this and I'll notice that the stretch marks do seem to fade. Obviously not completely, but just enough so where I can say like, okay, I can see a noticeable difference. But then other days I'll wake up and it'll seem like my stomach is in the same condition as it was before. Now, I have faith that these stretch marks will go away because you guys are going to put some tips in the chat to help me make them go away. And also, I'm just going to keep staying consistent. I mean, I have all this oil left. I'm just going to keep applying it. Second thing I want to say about stretch marks, a lot of people said that they're genetic. I don't believe that because, again, I went so far through without having them. And maybe they were just developing underneath the surface and I just simply didn't notice them. That could be a possibility. But I think that another reason why they didn't develop is because I had been well hydrated inside and out. I would try to, you know, just stay hydrated and stay moisturized. And I believe that if you stay moisturized, the stretch marks won't come. I also want to talk about the price point because overall, I would say that these two are worth trying. I also hear really good things about the Hatch oil, but that's another Instagram girly that I can't vouch for the validity of because I've never tried it. But based off of me trying this other Instagram girly, the True Belly Serum, I would say just stick to what you can find at a drugstore. So I also want to talk about the price point. This bad girl, she was like $12. Can't beat it. Love that price point, especially for how much is in here. And as you see, I, again, pretty much used most of it. Only reason why I haven't used it yet was because I kept thinking, I'm going to make this YouTube video. I'm going to save a little bit. $12, can't really beat that. Lemon Stang Thang, $48. And I think that was with a discount. This might be like $56 online. I'll check and tell you, but damn near $50. I do think that $50 is worth keeping the stretch marks at bay, but if it's not going to work, then it's not worth it. And her, I think I paid like $24 for this. which I thought was also a really good size. And I've been using this for, let's say I'm 8 weeks postpartum, 7 weeks postpartum. So that's about 6, 7, 15. Yeah, it's about 15 weeks. Also, you gotta forgive me. I'm smart, okay? I just have to take a minute to do the math because I thought, okay, I went to about 41 weeks in my pregnancy. So, you know, just adding up all those numbers. I use this for about 15 weeks. That's a little minute. That's a few months. So that is what I think about these oils. Again, if you have any tips for the girlies as far as keeping those stretch marks at bay, drop them in the chat or in the comment section. I know people say that stretch marks are genetic. I don't believe that. But if you believe it, let me know why. Like, is it proven? Because when I look it up, it kind of seems like maybe there's not enough research on it. But alrighty, y'all. Thank you for tapping in. We'll talk soon. Bye.